that's how much I can appreciate not even bothering to have a microphone, because I realized it. So,
Damn.
you know, I wanted to just say hello to you all.
Okay.
And I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to thank TSoul, Mr. Tony White, for, I don't know, everything. He was the person that like created the soundtrack of my life. So, I know, ain't that something? Oh, I can't do all of this.
Tony, we can hear her.
We good.
Fine, you can
I
hear
was hoping you
You're
could hear
fine.
me.
You're fine.
So, yeah, I meant that. When I said like he created the soundtrack for my life, I was 16 years old when I rolled up into, Tony, tell me if you remember this.
How old are you, Tony?
Go ahead.
There was a night where Maurice Hines, I believe Sophisticated, I don't know what show it was, whatever show that had Phyllis Hyman and Maurice Hines in it.
I remember that.
Not Gregory, but Maurice. Maurice did do it after, yeah, okay. So, and they came to the Walnut Street Theater.
Right.
And they had like, they had the after party down at the Tombs, down at the Catacombs.
Yes.
All right.
Do you remember that?
I remember clearly.
Something you, that was the day I met you.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay?
16?
I know. I was 16.
16.
How old were you? How old were you? How old were you, Tony?
Tony was
I'm saying.
Will you let me tell you?
Catacombs.
I was
Okay.
13.
Underground.
I was 13. I like,
13.
I like
13.
older women.
Lies.
And I always enjoyed the younger men. He get
Don't
around.
let Tony tell you that.
That's how it started.
That's hilarious. So yeah.
Well, what year was that?
You remember?
Oh,
Okay,
He was
I actually
13,
don't
Tony was
remember because
19.
when I was
It was
16,
19.
You be quiet, Calvin.
16 means I'm in 10th grade,
What'd you
which is
say?
1980.
1970.
16 means I was in 10th grade, meaning 1980.
And
Oh,
I
wow.
was 20 in 1980.
There you go.
There you go.
So I wasn't supposed to be down there, but everybody was down there. Anybody was down at the Tombs.
You know
I
it.
said I was.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I know. Now I want you to know they never carded me until the day I turned 21.
All right.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, you know, I got my shock in and stuff quite early. Leon Evans is my dance partner and dance husband. And if you remember Leon,
Yeah.
that's what's up. So Leon is the reason why I was there, because he was in Bring Back Birdie with Maurice Hines on Broadway like a year and a half earlier. And he was in Philadelphia, of course, and wanted to hang out. So Leon didn't want to be down there alone, so he brought me with him. And we're the same age. So both of us are 16. Just to put some context to it. It's not like, you know, he was 13 either. Leon was the exact same age as I was.
Right.
So what happened was I had no idea what was going on, except he was like, oh, that was like an after party. We'll have a great time. Okay, sure, yeah. So I get down there and Maurice asks me, there's that little back room by the side, the pillow room, and it was just a comfy, cozy little area. And Maurice asked me to sit in this spot to make sure that he could save this spot. I didn't know who he was saving the spot for, but maybe it took about an hour for this woman to arrive, and she was as tall as the damn door. With the square hat. I was like, holy fuck, that's, you know, I know who I'm looking at, yeah. Like, that's amazing. But anyway, that was the night that I met Tony. Now, I know this show was early. It's all like 1:30-ish. And after that, Leon would always bring his dance company down to perform, you know, a couple of years after that. A few years after that. We were in college at that point, and Leon brought Leja into the Tombs to perform at these 2:20 a.m. shows. I'll never forget, because every show was at 2:20, and when we rolled out, the sun was up. It was marvelous.
What about the mornings?
All of the mornings that we were there,
So
so when I say the soundtrack of my life, that's what I mean. I learned about all of how to find and feel and be a beat and chill, with people by being there. Now, also, tell me if you all remember this. Who does remember Leja performing at the Catacombs? Does anyone? You?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, let me say this. It is on YouTube.
It is.
Alright,
With
we're gonna sit
Veronica
and watch it
Underwood
later.
and stuff. And
See some
3
of it.
o'clock. We'll watch it at 3 o'clock, Tony.
now, so the
You
memories
invited
of
him.
it is the important thing. I'm not sure if you all know that the impressions that you made on the dance world simply because we came to the tunes and did our thing. It's concert dance in an underground nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are, we twirling like we on the damn concert stage. Arabesque, twirl, pitch, fall to the floor, rip, licks, all that shit. Yeah, regardless of the poles and stuff. It was absolutely magnificent. The floor work, I was the floor work queen. That was
Right,
my
and
part.
Tony was the twirl queen.
He was always busy. He hardly had a chance to, but because he also had to play for us.
Yeah.
Now, we're out there twirling our asses off, and I'm doing floor work and shit, and living on the floor. And after the show be over, we come out after getting dressed, and dancing dust, remember the dancing dust?
Powder.
The powder, they would shoot out on that floor, and they would be out there trying to do what we were doing, just sliding and falling and sliding and including the floor work. Including the floor work. They were all on the floor. Figuring stuff out. So I want to say thank you all for giving me that opportunity to influence with that dance company, because we didn't know what we were doing. We're just damn kids, you know what I mean? For in college and shit like that. So this was all like during the first 2 and 3 years of college. And when I realized, after looking back 20 years later, 30 years, whatever fucking later, that the children was whacking and doing Madonna or whatever, what the hell, and then they would voguing, and then they
That was
would,
pre-Vogue.
and then,
Vogue wasn't even there yet. Vogue hadn't even been invented yet.
thank you.
We
We
doing a
were,
lot of
right,
things.
I'm crossing us over. By the time, see how I jumped over to the timeline a generation or two later?
I was like, wait a minute.
Right, yeah, I done jumped ahead a couple of generations. That's what I mean. When I said 20 years or so went by, yeah, I wasn't lying. I went looking back at that and I started thinking, oh, fuck. What are they doing on the floor? Doing floor work. And very specific things.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. We were the first ones to do it. And all the rest of the queens picked that up. They took it with them, had it for lunch up in New York, and continued working it. So I feel like I should say, from Leon and me and Tony, you are welcome. The death drop is all because that shit happened down there at Catacombs. It's the influences that everybody carried with them throughout, and it took off, and it created as many dance crazes as possible, and some of them that stuck quite well. And that is still here. Don't even play. So, I just wanted to say thank you for that, because that's just part of history that people don't realize that they were probably a part of. So you, too, are a part of dance history. Without you all, that dance fall would never even have made it past the club scene.
Especially you, Gary. You fell a few times.
Way before that. before Catacombs, there was a garage. There was a couple other ones.
So wonderful.
He doesn't know.
So,
I know, but he fell.
He was still a bad.
He literally fell.
it's been lots of years, over
Back to
40,
the show,
45 fucking years. And I couldn't be more excited that I have a birthday and my legs and my voice and my memories and shit still work. So I've always vowed that I would do any kind of performance that I could for my birthday or my birthday time,
All right.
because it's a gift and you use it or you lose it. So I thank God that I have it, and I thank God that I can use it, and I hope I don't fuck up.
You won't.
But
Sorry,
it's my
though.
birthday.
You won't. You'll be good.
Because you never know what life is gonna
And it's
take
been-
you, and you
it's
can't
been-
change where
we
you've
gonna
been.
love you regardless.
Right.
But today, that's right. Thank you. I have the opportunity to choose.
Yes, sir. Good.
Here I am now. I'm looking at 60, and I got so much to say.
Yeah.
I gotta get this off my chest. I gotta let it go today. I was always too concerned about what everybody would think. But I can't live for everybody. I gotta live my life for me. I've reached a fork in the road of my life. Ain't nothing gonna happen unless I decide to be the best that I can be. I choose to be authentic in everything